Jamal Finkley, BLACKTREE TV. I'm surprised. You know what? I'll start looking at your history as an actor. You did a lot of comedy, and we haven't seen a lot of comedy lately. Like, how has that transition been? And do you feel like you're missing that comedy part? Because you've done a lot of heavy work lately.
Yeah, I do miss it. I do miss it a lot. I find in the film space there's just less funny things around. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of go to material that has funny elements. Like Get Out has funny elements, like whole Little Rail is just like hilarious. But it's that it's really hard to get comedy and evolution, I find. Do you know what I'm saying? And usually the writers that are writing funny stuff are the leads. Do you know what I'm saying? So or their prominent roles. So it's not common. But I would love to do more comedy, yeah. I just don't want to do anything corny, bro.
I feel that. With all the disinformation that went out from COINTELPRO and about the Panthers, how were you able to disseminate from the real and the fake when trying to figure out who Fred Hampton was? So I'm sure you was getting you can go to Wikipedia and probably get 50% some fake stuff, as opposed, like how did you figure that balance out and figuring out this character?
You know what was interesting about that is that there wasn't actually, like we've been saying, and there's a lot of information about how he died, but there's not a little information about how incredibly he lived. So when I really was like starting to look at Fred Hampton, German Fred Hampton, I was like, oh, this is all about his death. This is not from within. This is from without. This is how they saw them. So for me, it didn't resonate. I just let it go. I remember I was reading the book and it was about him, and I just said, this isn't doing anything for me. I don't feel him in this. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just let that go. And then I just went, and then I just used Shaka and Will Burson as resources, because they've obviously built this project by finding it. And it is the dissertations here that you find out, oh, this is this, and this book here, and this article about Mama Kua, this, you know what I mean? It's like where the perspectives from within, and I can always feel like what lens something's being spoken about through, and so it was that. And then it was just like the speeches and the stuff I saw, and like anything he mentioned, just going a deep dive and reading stuff about that, like what was, I don't know, Jomo Kenyatta, go a deep dive into that and informing myself about Jomo Kenyatta and what happened there, this is that and the other. So, and then using that as like, okay, then if he knew about that, then I need to know about that. When hearing about he's listening to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King speeches to like build his oratorial skills, I would then do that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll listen out and see how that made me feel and changed me. So it was kind of like that.
It's not a question of violence or non-violence. It's a question of resistance to fascism or non-existence within fascism. You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution. And you can murder a freedom fighter, but you can't murder freedom. I said, hey, I'm revolutionary. Hey, I'm revolutionary. Hey, I'm revolutionary. Hey, I'm revolutionary. Let me hear the people beat.
I know you probably get a lot of stuff from every character you play, but when you coming off of a Black Panther movie that meant so much to people, and you play this character, Fred Hampton, that means so much. I mean, and Get Out was in a different way, but do you feel like you're a different person, not just an actor, after playing some of these characters you played from that work? Do you feel like the work has molded you a little bit?
Yeah. But I think it's like different projects serve different purposes. Do you know what I'm saying? With Get Out, it was very cathartic for me. It's like I let go of a lot of darkness in that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, I've got this stuff in me. I hadn't acted in a year and a half before that. I took a year and a half off, and I was like, oh, there, have that. You know what I'm saying? And so then I didn't really learn anything, but I learned actually from watching it back and understanding the original ending and the difference between the original ending and the ending that that was picked and understanding why that worked. And that was a big lesson for me, because I would go for material that was dark, and it was like, actually, we know things are dark. Black people know things are dark. It's like, you need an escape, you know, you need the light, you know, you need to, and I feel Get Out was, for me, was, I took away Black brotherhood is what saved him, you know? And so it was that, and Black Panther was just like, it was a different kind of like, that's a film that my friends love. Like, that's a kind of, I mean, they love anime and comic books and this is that and the other, and to be a part of something like that. And I love anime as a kid and comic books as a kid, to be a part of something like that and to serve that and be like, you know, like bring that new character into this medium. I mean, new in the sense of in the film world, like in any standalone film, that had its effect. And then this is just like kind of like, I felt I poured so much into it, you know, and I learned a lot about myself and how I work, and then just like then reading about Chairman Fred Hampton, reading about the Black Panther Party, I learned about what I care about, you know, and what I love and how I want to treat who I love and how I love. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's more of that.
Yeah. Look, man, I love you on the screen, brother. You like been so powerful in all these roles. Even Black Mirror, which is my favorite Black Mirror episode. I love what you bring to those characters on the screen, and keep on doing your thing, bro. I'm definitely a big fan of you and always rooting for you. Stay safe out there. Can't wait till we on the other side of this pandemic.
I can't wait to see
it's all love, bro.
It's all love, man. I'll see you again soon, man, bro.